Good afternoon, everybody. It's Backyard Baltimore once again. My name is Carl Wall, and I just wanted to do a quick video on reusing plastic drink containers or drink containers, mainly coffee mate, all kinds of stuff, Diet Coke bottles, just a way to reuse them for planting containers. Now, one thing that a lot of people will do normally is they'll put holes in the bottom of something and then they'll add a layer of sand at the bottom and then they'll add their potting soil. One of the problems is when you don't have sand, your holes in the very bottom can get plugged. So one of the things I've kind of seen that seems to work is I actually will drill holes. Let me show you on this Tropicana bottle. I actually drill holes when I don't have sand and I just have potting soil. I drill holes about an inch up off the bottom, okay? And what that does is that allows excess water to drain freely out the sides, but you don't get as much clogging of the holes. I do use a 1/16 inch bit just to make sure the holes are big enough, but it does a couple things. It leaves a little space in the bottom where there's a bit excess moisture, but it makes sure that any extra moisture kind of drains off. So that's what I've been doing. Just wanted to give you that heads up. The other thing, what else was I going to show? Some of these, when I cut them off, I notice sometimes I use a sharp, I'm lucky to have this Wusthof knife, very sharp, and it's got kind of a curve in it. Be really careful when you're doing this. The cameraman is probably, but you want to make sure your knife is very sharp and don't cut your top too narrow. There it goes. Don't cut your top too narrow, and the reason is that if it's too narrow, it's going to be kind of hard to get water in there when the plant's in the middle. So other than that, one quick thing I want to show you really quick when I'm filling these. Let me finish drilling this hole. Okay, so when I'm filling this guy up, with potting soil. Okay, potting soil is mainly a mixture of kind of, there's very little actual soil in terms of mineral content in it. It's all a mixture of coir, perlite, and a little bit of fertilizer pellets. I always forget what's in it, but it's designed not, it doesn't have a mineral composition in it. So if you just pour it in loose like this, it's kind of a little bit too poofy, and it's going to pack down as you pour water in it. So what I want you to do is when you're filling your containers, take your hand, don't jam it in there, but lightly pack down the soil, at least so that it doesn't easily flow out. Okay, so I'm going to fill this up, fill it up, and just again, I'm just packing it down lightly with the tips of my knuckles, so to speak. And you may want to, just I have a little Tropicana with the top cut off. You may want to add water as you go and let that water kind of seep down through. Show it with the camera. Seep down through, and do that a few times before you get it to the very top. All right? So, lastly, I should plant something in there. And am I out of things to plant? Uh-oh. What can I do? Okay, I'll use this bit of kale because this one's kind of coming apart anyway. So, okay, now the last step is when you actually go to plant something in your containers. I used a coir disc, coir is one of those little flat discs, and then you pour water in them and they expand, but they have a little netting around the outside, so you want to remove that. And if you have multiple seedlings like I do in this case, you're just going to kind of want to lightly crush the whole mass, get it really wet, and separate out your seedlings. Because when you plant them out, you don't want to plant out multiple seedlings at once. Okay, I've separated them out. Now, key thing is don't, when you're planting, a few things, be careful how you hold it. I'm a little less gentle. This is kale, it's pretty tough. You might want to take a stick or something and make a hole down in. Okay. Now the key thing you want to do is make sure you bury that in there really well, but don't bury it past where the leaves are going to emerge. Okay, you can put the soil right up to that, but don't get it too deep. Okay, and pack it down nicely and add a bit of water. It will settle. If it settles down too much, add water, but just make sure you can still see the base of your leaves. Okay, I think that's all for now in this video. Thank you, everybody. Again, stay safe, stay well, stay healthy, be resilient, and grow a garden, cultivate your own resilience. Thank you very much.